Selling your rental property may feel like a challenge. With tenants living in the home, it can seem even more difficult. Let's talk about some tips you can use to go ahead and sell your rental property here in Tucson easy and fast. Hi, my name is Carl Krenzel. I'm the broker in charge over here at Carl Buys Houses. And as a landlord in Tucson, there may come a time when you need to sell your rental property. Well, waiting until your lease is up is ideal. It may not be the best option for you. Sometimes landlords find themselves in a situation where they need to sell their rental property while the tenants are still living there. And the only way to properly handle the situation is with open communication and making sure that everyone is treated fairly during the entire process. Let's talk about a couple things you should keep in mind when you're selling your rental property with tenants here in Tucson. First, you need to be mindful of your tenants. Remember, while you own the property, it's also the place that your tenants call home. You need to be respectful of them, their needs, and of the fact that you'll potentially be uprooting them and everything they know from the place that they call home. And it's not surprising that many people are not going to be really thrilled about having to move with little or no notice. It's because of this that many landlords offer an incentive such as reduced rent or an assistance moving into a new home. Remember that your renters have rights here in Arizona as well. So make sure that you're acting within the local law when selling your rental property here in Tucson. Next, sell your property directly. As a property investor as well as a realtor broker here in Tucson, when it's time to sell your property, you may have the best luck working with a fair and professional home buyer like myself. A local and reputable home buyer will buy your property exactly the way it is, whether you have tenants living in the home or not. As property investors myself, I understand the need to sell an underperforming property quickly while still receiving a fair price. I'm interested basically in any and all properties you have for sale here in Tucson. I understand the process and I can help you liquidate your investment as quickly as possible. You'll want to make sure your tenants are thoroughly on board to help, offering their cooperation during the selling process. Next, have the numbers ready. If you want to sell your rental property to another investor here in Tucson, they're going to want to know how the property's performed in the past. As the owner, you should be able to provide some of the financials along with the vacancy rate. Any maintenance and repairs performed on the property in the time that you've owned it should be documented as well. And when you're able to offer an investment property with great tenants already in place, many potential investors will see this as an asset as opposed to something difficult that they'll have to deal with. Next, appeal to buyers who are looking for a home of their own. If your rental property isn't performing well, investors will take note of that and will likely move on to the next deal. When you're selling your rental property in Tucson, you may find that you may have better luck working with people who want to actually live in the home themselves. This will likely mean that you'll need to hire a real estate agent in Tucson and wait around for a while a buyer is being found. Take note that selling in this manner can take a couple months. And if your rental property isn't performing well, or if it's costing you money, waiting on it to sell in the multiple listing service and then doing repairs necessary for financing may not necessarily be the best option for you from a financial standpoint. Next, offer your tenants the property. You know, before you really go out of your way and hire a real estate agent to sell your property here in Tucson, or maybe look at an investor to buy your rental property, a really good tip is to start looking at the tenants that you currently have living in the home. If they've been there for a while, they might have grown comfortable. And if home ownership is something that they're interested in, the process doesn't get very much easier. They won't have to move, you don't have to clean up after the old tenants, and everybody wins. That being said, if they haven't purchased a home in the past, there may be a reason why. Now, make sure that your tenants are qualified to buy your house and that they're able to come up with a down payment and other closing costs before getting your hopes up about a sale. Selling your Tucson home with tenants can be difficult, and a lot of people find that waiting until the lease is up is the easiest option. However, not everybody has that kind of time to wait. And when you want to sell your house directly to Carl Buys Houses, You won't have to worry about selling your house with tenants in Tucson. You won't have any hassles or any waiting. You won't have to worry about any tenants not cooperating or any kind of hostility about the sale. The process will be fast, efficient, and seamless, making things seem simple for both you as well as your tenants. Learn more about selling your rental property here in Tucson. Reach out to me today for more information at 520-403-6227 or click on the links below for more information. Thank you so much for paying attention and have a powerful day. Bye-bye.